I think that women are the most vulnerable in South Africa when it comes to violence, because women and children are the most vulnerable in South Africa when it comes to crime. The rape statistics in South Africa are so high, mainly against women, and it's actually quite startling because a lot of the cases aren't always reported. So you always just know that it's more exact. The statistics are way higher than they actually show on paper. And this happens mainly in informal settlements where you find that maybe for instance, the infrastructure that's there isn't geared around protecting women. So if they're using the toilets at night, for instance, they're not protected, therefore they're most vulnerable to rape, domestic violence is a big thing in South Africa as well. Definitely, because I think that the UN as a whole is geared around holding governments accountable to some degree to human rights violations. So I think if there's certain charters that are put in place that force governments to act quickly to violence against women and children, that's very necessary. Because even with South Africa, with the MDGs, they've been able to hold them up quite sternly over the last couple of years. I think that even if the SDGs do feature in women and the violence against women, South Africa will also have to take a footing in that and be more serious about what they're doing, what legislations that they put in place to be able to protect women and children. One of the hindrances of development in different countries is issues around war and conflict. So I think if the SDGs would focus on peace and security, that would be a really good thing. That will also just gear up towards the kind of structures that the government puts in place to protect whoever's affected by the wars. I think a big human rights focus is also very necessary to be put forward in the SDGs, because that's something that I think once governments focus more on human rights, all the laws and the programs that follow will be geared around protecting everyone within the country.